So welcome to question 2 on the 2022 graphics paper. So part A, the table below shows a number of solids. Using a tick, indicate the correct name for each solid. So this should be straightforward for everyone. Okay, here we have a cylinder. Here is a cone. Here, it's not a triangle, it's a pyramid. A triangle is a 2D shape. We're dealing with 3D shapes here. And then finally, right, we've got a sphere that has been split in half, so a hemisphere. Right, so that's question A, or part A. Part B, shown on the right is a sphere. Using a tick, indicate whether each of these statements is true or false. So we've got our 3D sketch or drawing of our sphere here with a little bit of shading and stuff on it. So in elevation, a sphere appears as a circle. So here's like a model of a sphere. It's seen better days, but okay, if you imagine looking in at this in elevation, if my XY line was there, okay, right, imagine that's a little bit rounder, okay, you are seeing a circular shape. Okay, so in elevation, a sphere appears as a circle. That is true. In plan, a sphere appears as a circle, so the same circle, and then I'm looking down on top of it, and that appears as a circle to you again. So it does. In isometric, or in an isometric view, a sphere appears as an ellipse. Okay, and here's an isometric or a 3D view. Also, it's in real life, so it's 3D. Okay, and it doesn't appear as an ellipse as you look at it there, and neither with that. So it's not an ellipse, it still appears as a circle, so false. Okay, so a circle appears, or sorry, a sphere appears as a circle in all views. Part C, shown on the right is a cylinder which has been created by revolving a rectangle about an axis. So that's something you would have done in your CAD across the junior cycle. So we've got our rectangular profile, and it's being revolved around this axis here. So complete the freehand sketch of a three-dimensional solid created when each of the shapes below is revolved about its axis. So this is the axis, right? They're telling us the shape is going to be a cone, so we're going to end up drawing a cone. And if you want to imagine, I'll just do a little sketch. Here would be my axis going through the middle of my cone, and there is that profile approximately. Okay, so you can see that. I'll draw a little bit heavier so you can see that. Okay, so let's use our revolve, or do our revolve. Okay, so it's going to revolve around a circular base, okay, which appears as an ellipse. So circular base is going to cut through there. So just go lightly first of all, just to kind of get your bearings. Try and get it approximately the same width on all sides, so that distance, stepping at the same distance. Okay, and I'll just go a little bit heavier when I'm happy. I'm happy with that shape. So that's my base. Okay, here's the apex or the top of my cone, so I'm going to join that back down to there, to the outside of my ellipse, and the same back down to there. I'll just go heavy then on those edges that I want. Follow my elliptical shape around. That's my cone. Then we also have this, I suppose, water bottle. We've got our axis running through the middle. Okay, this profile. So we've got this rectangle coming up, comes in at an angle, and up then for the lid. So that's the shape that we're dealing with. So we want to draw multiple ellipses this time. Another ellipse there, another ellipse up. A bit more of a complex shape. okay, for all of those. So an ellipse, an ellipse, an ellipse, an ellipse. Okay, so we need to really make sure that our proportion is correct on all of these ellipses, and we'll use the profile I've given us for assistance. Okay, because it's all revolving. So we're just showing the path that it revolves around. The base there also. And go back and fix anything you think you need to fix. Alright, so that's kind of the profile that follows. I'll just show my straight edges. Okay, and I'll go heavy then on the piece that I want. Okay, maybe that should be a bit straighter down. Okay, so I've got my freehand 3D of each of those using the axis. Okay, then apply appropriate shading or rendering to each sketch to achieve a 3D effect. So we're going to apply a bit of rendering to that. Okay, I'll pause the video while I do that, because just save some time. So here I've completed my render. Okay, kind of trying to follow what's being done in the drawing, so going from dark to light, and it's all radiating out the same way a generator would move around our shape. Okay, down here as well, I've added some shading. It's right dark on one side and slowly radiating out. So if you imagine our generators for a cylinder are vertical, okay, my generators for a cone, which is this part here, it's a truncated cone, so they're kind of radiating out at an angle similar to here, and then I've come along with my blue then to do the top. Okay, but it's down to personal style. If you want to add in some shade or some shadows and stuff along the base, just to pop off the page, or come along with maybe a marker, go around the outside, a darker marker, a darker pencil, you can do that too. Okay, but obviously we want to just get a decent render, decent bit of shading done, and then move on, come back later if you've time. So that was question 2 on the 22 junior cycle paper.